Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. How are we all doing today? Because I am feeling some 80s synthy. I've been listening to city pop all day. So this is the mood I'm in. It's bright, it's summery, it's lighthearted, very nostalgic, you know. Doing good, that's awesome. Good to hear. So yeah, that's the kind of colors that I think I'm bringing to our stream today, or hopefully, because like the art challenge that we'll be doing is speakers, and I've seen some really cool ones. So everybody's putting like colors inside the speakers and like animating the speakers. I think we might also do that. I think that's on the docket for me, but like pastels. I need pastel colors today. It is going to be that kind of day. But first, if anyone is new here and they haven't seen this cool, let me just refresh the page real quick. This cool Preston's Diamond Wars. You should also be going to play that. Anybody that hasn't played this yet, please do so. It's a excellent 4-team duos battle game. 10 out of 10, I greatly recommend. But I'm biased, clearly. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go over to the canvas and let's get started. Okay, so I think I had like a couple of reference images already pulled up here. Yeah, you can tell I was just like cute. Whatever it is, it has to be cute. And I like the kind of retro look. So rounded corners. Definitely. Possibly a little tiger or hamster or something hanging out in the little... where the dial goes. I love anybody that comes to these streams are probably so confused because they may also just know the terminology of the things they're looking at. I look at reference images. I don't know what I'm looking at. I know the shape of the thing that I'm looking at. And we're just gonna go from there. So let's do it. Let's start putting down some shapes. I don't know, what's something pastel-y? Make it somewhere here-ish. Old-timey radio thing? Yeah, you know, them old-timey radio things. That's the one. What with the knobs and dials and buttons. That's the one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say it's about 20 wide. Yeah, you know what? We're not tiling it. We don't need to keep it in a scale. I'm in the mood to just eyeball it and see where it takes us. I've been doing a lot of strictly controlled kind of art past weeks and just over the weekend on my personal stuff, and right now I just need to not think. Head empty. Only art. That's what we're doing today. Did you get up to anything fun over the weekend? That's me. I've just been playing Homebody because that just came out. Oh yeah, you booked the holiday. DMM on vacay. Enjoy. Get some sun. See some sights. Have a grand old time. It's a little bit rounded, kind of, sort of. Oh yeah, did they come out with anything new for Stardew, or no? I think the person that made it is working on a new game. Is that what I was hearing recently? You managed to complete Ginger Island in Winter Year 2. Ginger Island. have I just not played Stardew in a long time? I think I sort of put it down when multiplayer started coming out. That's why you came back to it. Oh, okay. I've got more stuff to. Oh, and my mom has it now. Oh my gosh, my mom has Stardew, and we haven't had a chance to actually sit down and play it much together. I am so gonna poke her this evening. Thank you for the heads up. When I finish the community center, you're halfway through the game. Nice, nice. All right, I like these little bars. So they also have to be kind of rounded. So let's see how many kind of bars. Not symmetrical right now. I'm gonna drop them right on. Oh, I kind of like that little pastel blue and yellow. That's nice. This makes my eyes happy. Did I get up to anything fun this weekend? Well, I got a Huion tablet and I put it through its paces. And I enjoy it. Like I got to sit in bed and just draw for like 5 or 6 solid hours. That's like, whoa. That was good. I like it. Also, yeah, I was playing Homebody, which it's a game that I was looking forward to. That was one on the list. I know, like I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna play Tears of the Kingdom, and but like, because I know I'm gonna have a reliably good time, so I'll come back to it once I get through all the stuff that maybe a little bit offbeat that I'm kind of looking forward to, and this is one of them. Jory from Game Grumps was working on it, and I was interested to see how they were gonna do horror. But yeah, there's a lot of, if you're in the right headspace for this kind of horror, it's really, really good. Like, it's really explores anxiety. And I really like feel like that's what I'm experiencing when I'm going through some of the scenes. So on that front, exactly as expected. Some of the puzzles are a bit of a head scratcher for me. It's sort of hard to give the focus to a good like puzzle when you're currently like trying to also not die within a certain time. I guess it just adds to that, like they said, anxiety. That's what they wanted you to feel when you played it. Mission accomplished. Very anxious right now. Trying to solve a wire puzzle while also trying to not be stabbed by a big spooky monster. Oh, that's kind of cute. I don't think it has to be more complex than this, really. I'm in danger. It's also got that like PlayStation 1 kind of aesthetic. Of which I am, of course, a fan. Oh, that seems nice. Let's go ahead and get our first save of the day out of the way. It feels more like okay, how firm a line are we drawing between radio and speaker? Because, I mean, are they not both the same? Kinda. how are we gonna cutify this a little bit more? I think we can kind of just bring this in. I want this to take up more of the shape. Meter radio receives radio signals. The speaker just outputs them. True. So this one, no antenna. Just that's what I'm gathering. Just drop a little hint of a circle in here. This will be the dial. If you want to make a radio, go for it. I mean, well, I'm kind of already doing, but I will try to rein it in. So no antenna, I think, is going to be my major thing. And also, like, aren't there those portable amps? Is that... Am I really showing my lack of knowledge here? But aren't they also just, you know, speakers that you plug an instrument into, right? All speakers are things that you plug in, but the sound has to come from somewhere. Oh my god. Portable amp. These little things. Well, that's just a Walkman. Okay, so we put some knobs and dials on the top. We have a couple of ports for you to put something in, and maybe some cute ears and or feet on our little cute speaker. That's what we're going for. Maybe not that much in the ears department. Let's push that back into the middle a little bit. So just a moment. This particular song has been in my ears too many times. Okay. Close. There we go. Now this is the kind of song that's going to play at the end of a Stranger Things episode. Or The Breakfast Club. Don't think I need the work plane for this part. They're cute. Yes. This is exactly what I had in mind. Oh, but then like the ears could also be big enough to have other speakers on them. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Maybe we can round that down a little bit. Okay. I'm really just looking to see if these colors need to be differentiated a little bit more right now. And they may have to. That's the danger with these lighter palettes, is that they can get lost on each other very easily. So let's maybe some kind of creamsicle orange. Let's do that. Just right here. Or pink. Brighter. Maybe this could be a bit more saturated. Brighter. This way, when we paint our little speakers back on, if I could just fit two in here, that would just be the bee's knees, but I think that would make the ears too tall. I think I'm just gonna have to make this mistake and then unmake it. Just to know for sure. It's a little bit tall. What I don't want is for the ears to be taller than the body, because it's gonna be hard for him to hold those ears up. Him, of course, being the speaker that is now a character, I suppose. Alright, let's just save that. And a sip of tea. And let's get a couple of dials involved. And I think we could put the jack on the back. So let's go ahead and get like a little bit of metal palette in here. Tell you what, we're gonna actually make this big enough that we can put a little bit of an indentation there. Maybe one of them is like a USB cable, you know, it's flat and wide. Because I said so. There. Just gonna dip the value down on the inside of this. Just to, I mean, probably nobody is looking, but I'm gonna know. And that's why we do it. Just take this color here, and I should not have put the bars on because now I gotta move them. You know what, that's fine. It's like it takes 2 seconds to do that. Just move them out of the way for a bit. So please don't be mad. It is sweet tea season for me. I know what I've said before about like not talking about tea. But this is just what I like the most. Especially once the weather warms up. I think that might be just enough detail for us to get away with it. Well, we can even push this though. Tell you, if I wanted to like flex, you just put a little bit of a metal shine on it. Maybe some part of it is like darker. Hey, Agent B. How's it going? We're just working on last week's weekly art challenge was a speaker. And I am feeling like a cute kind of retro speaker is the thing for me today. So we got a bunny speaker. But how are you doing? Let's see. There's like there's gotta be a dial. But it's gonna be very hard to like hint at this being a dial in such a low resolution. I mean, it's not like we're gonna fit numbers in that. Topic Bang is trying to be Fortnite? How are we trying to be Fortnite? I missed that part of the meeting. Okay. I think this might be as close as we get, really. I still think this yellow needs to be differentiated a little bit. Maybe just more saturated. Just a little bit more kick to it. And I could even help it by just putting a little bit of blue border here. Just helping these colors stand out. Also kind of makes a nice little panel. Agent says, with the 5 new skins, if I had the money, I would buy the knights for sure. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I'm thinking about the astronaut one. But here's the thing. If I get the astronaut one, I want to be able to moon bounce. I want to walk like there's low gravity on just me. But they're all great skins. Probably just push here as well. Just a couple areas. Just to make it look like it's got some depth, whether it does or not. Cute. Oh, we wait for the emotes to be made. Oh my gosh. You mean like the avatar affecting emotes? Because we have emotes. We have emojis that, you know, when you're in the social hub and you press the number keys, you can already emote. Our style is just a little bit different, that's all. I'll tell you what though, if you do want your avatar to dance like play the dropper game, that's what I would say. There is a space just for that in Preston's Diamond Dropper. It's got disco floors and everything. What do you think? Are we ready to call this one done? No, we were gonna animate it. That's right. That's what we were gonna do. Okay. So do I want it to spring in and then out like a snapback kind of thing? Maybe we could try something like that. I'm just going to try it on the one ear first, and then we'll just copy it over. Saves me having to do a little bit of extra work. All right. Now we're going to spring it outwards, which is going to take up the whole space that we have here. This song's good. I actually kind of like this one. Just make it nice and snappy. Let's add like an extra layer of just push. It's kind of, it's a look. How can we push this? Oh, I know how. Okay. Okay. So on this frame, and it's all big and snappy, we're gonna add another one of these. And in this one, even the ears are gonna get bigger. Do I know if this will work? I do not. And now I'm curious. Maybe we can leave just a little bit there on the corners. Oh, I forgot to keep this little bit here trimmed up. Maybe you can just keep that over here as well. Let me try something real quick. I don't think that this frame is as strong as it could be. Yeah, quick test on that. I think I like that better. So it pulls in and pops out. think this frame needs to be on the far end of this one. I like that. That's what we're going with. I would animate this too, but let's be honest, it's inside of these bars. It's art. It's just so much. That's so much. And we've got all this other stuff that I want to do with y'all today. We got to take a visit to the showcase. We've got environmental VFX we can get back to. Here comes the easy part though. Delete that. Copy that. This part does need a little bit of adjusting. It's got just a little bit of extra carved into it there. That's all. And this one's just copy and paste. Here it is. A little bunny speaker. Let's just get a good thumbnail and call it done. Oh right, we can copy the color from over here now. Hold on, stop this animation. I'll make a new palette and drop that right on it. Will it be there? Nope, that's okay. Because we can just copy the hex code. It's a bit more saturated than I was hoping for that. Let's give it a little less. All right, now that's left to do is just drop it into the showcase. Ta-da! Oh, hello, I see. Okay. I'm gonna go right back into admin here, just for some easy access. Because before I go into this, I want to make sure that nobody else also comes in with me and moves anything around. I'm not gonna be super worried about it, but just to be safe, I don't want anyone else's entries getting messed up while I'm in working. That's all it is. I'm temporarily, just for a minute, shutting the gate before I go in. And I realized, oh, right before the stream, that I've got another entry to add to this. Just one. Voxel person has a cool speaker. It also needs to be featured. And that will go right here. It was just called the Art Challenge speaker. No, not like that. Oh, with a dash. Ah, yes. The dash. There we go. Oh, that little animation just pulses blue right there. And this one was even like hooked up. I love that little bit of extra detail. People think I don't look at the back of things, but I do. I see that. Nice. You're curious, are each of the stages separate areas, or do I have a script changing the voxel objects when I go to the next area? You know, that would have saved on entity count. I mean, I don't think the entity count is that wild at the moment anyway. It's only like 500. But nope, they're all separate stages. My plan was that if I had enough time, I would give more individuality to each of the stages. I thought, because I built this to be like tint changed so that the palette of each stage area could be a little bit different. And maybe even have some set pieces that kind of, like this would be more rock bandy in week 1 with the guitars and stuff. And then week 2 with the drums could be more of a drum circle. That's what it was, a drum circle. So less stages, more everything on the same level and in a circle around itself, things like that. But I make the art that I can make in the time that I can make it. But yes, let's give Voxel person their credit. That is their username here as well, right? Okay, cool. And that's ready. Okay, so I've kind of designed myself into a corner here. I only thought that there would be the 4, and now there are 5. I'll tell you what, we can make this have one last right by here. Or just pull this further back. No, that would affect. I'm just gonna make a hallway. Excuse me, chandelier, I'm trying to work. So it turns out there was still some environment design to be done in this one. I don't know why I thought there would only be 4 weeks. I've got to pay attention to things like the calendar. go, something like that. Just pull the roof a little bit here. And one more wall. Is that enough space to fit 5 entries? Because I don't really think it is. I'm just gonna... Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 right here. No problem, no problem. That'll take a second. Wait, did I duplicate that? I did. Please forgive me, I need to change this one as well. I want to make sure they're both far enough away from the wall. I love this one. Like, this is a great UI icon kind of design. It is immediately recognizable. Animation flows in a nice designy kind of way. It's even got kind of like an off-center animation. Not off-center, it's in like one of them starts before the other sometimes. This one's on, like, what's the music term? One's on ones and one's on twos? Something like that. Tell you what, I don't want to be in the center here. I want somebody else to... This one. You're supposed to be animated too, aren't you? Oh. I think that it was. Oh, hey, Zergling. Welcome, welcome. We're just putting the last bits of the showcase together. And then we will start getting into some environmental VFX. You missed it, we made a, well, you'll see in a second. A bunny speaker. Ta-da! See? Funny speaker. What are they missing? There's like a plinth that I usually use. The circling noises. I call it a plinth, right? There we go, just a little bit of lift to it. This is the classic Weekly Art Challenge showcase look. One more time here. Just gonna get that lined up. Push it all down. Add the selection. And bring it all back up. There we go. I'm gonna save, and I think it's all done. Oh, right. Nope, 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 nope. One more. And you get a plinth, and you get a plinth, and you get a plinth. Everybody's getting a plinth. Perfect. Save it. And just gonna give this a copy here. All right, there's not a number 5. That's fine. We'll do it with text. I have to learn some TypeScript. Okay, so from far away, I was reading, I have to learn some hype script. And I was like, yeah, that's the attitude you should bring into learning scripting. Might give a job at coding challenges or anything, but hey, that's awesome. But yeah, I think you should totally go for it if you want to do the hype scripting. That's what I'm gonna call it from here. Alright, just to make this easier on myself real quick, I'm just gonna make it the same color. Add a text component. Something big and bold. Number 5. Oh, it's like 3 or 4 in scale. Let's try that. Probably about forward 2, and then just offset it over here. And it's gonna say speaker. Speaker. There we go. Hey, if you want to be so energetic, try HypeScript. The scripting for people that need gratuitous amounts of scripting energy. And get that wall to hide a little bit better. Perfect. I'll tell you what, let's open the gates. Well, let me not get in that version of the link. Just gonna drop this here in the chat and hope for the best. Welcome to the May 2023 Weekly Art Challenge. This month's theme was music. So I had to sing that part. I'm sorry. That's as musical as I'm gonna get today, I promise. Feel free to stop on by and check out these awesome entries. I'm just going to take a quick walkthrough and show all the awesome art people have made. Hi-oh! Right on into week 1. Opening strong with TT Tama's guitar. A nice classic look and a perfect voxel resolution just to get enough strings to pull that off. The difficult part with this month was always going to be the amount of detail and the scale that you're working in. So people did a lot with the minimalism that they kind of forced themselves to have. In our first week, we went like whole hog on that guitar back there, and it's like massive in resolution. Definitely not good for use in like a very efficient game, as it's going to be massive amounts of polys, but it's okay for just the showcase. But things like McFunky Pants' level of detailing here is just enough to hint at like frets existing, and even in the board there's a little bit, and even like that might even be a wah pedal over there right at the bottom right of the guitar. And DMM, like the Guitar Hero guitar, like as soon as you didn't even have to say it, it was like, that's the Guitar Hero guitar. I think I had this exact one. I don't know which one that came with. I had the first 3 Guitar Heroes, and that's definitely the look. You nailed it. Oh man, this one is so metal. Bird King has this like axe that has like, you see the strings pulled up onto the axe body from the bottom of the, like, this instrument slays in so many ways. Excellent piece. And even to get like the difficult amount of curve for the strings that were included in the design is like there's 3 offshooting here up into the body of the axe. It's just a nice squeeze of a little bit of detail there. Didn't John make the stand too? Yes! John made these awesome stands for week 1. Every one of week 1's entries has a custom guitar stand made by John. And I tell you what, I'm gonna add a sign at the back of the guitar stand that is just, this was made by John. And yes, there's of course the one that we made on stream together, which I don't think needs any more attention. We spent the entire stream making it. So let's move right on to week 2. You're gonna make a JoJo stand? No. But honestly, do it if you can. Make like a JoJo stand, go for it. What's your stand gonna be? Yeah, coming into week 2, TT Tama's like pun ability was so great. Just the drumstick on the drum that is a chicken bucket. Also, just a moment here. I need to see. Drum. That's right. That's not the pun ability. This is a Bird King entry. Like, I remember watching Bird King's entries in the Discord all month. It was just like, how can I make this a visual pun? It's like, I invite you to do it. Please do it. Just do it. Go for it. DMM has a great classic drum look that even has like detailing along the top where you would see the logo printed. And I love this little like, is it filigree or just like the painting along the sides here? T-blocks coming in with like the great smear frames. And even there's even a bit like of delay in the turn of the key at the back. It's like you could have just made it straight vertical, straight horizontal, one frame, and then on the second frame, but he didn't. There's like an actual turn involved, which just kind of sells the illusion that it's like, takes a second, it snags a bit on the way into completing the turn, like a real like wind-up toy would. It's absolutely awesome. Love this. And even the impact of the drum. Like, it snaps outwards for a frame. See, I'm gonna go into an excellent drum solo. Go for it. We made this one on stream together. This was just, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 7 pieces, but 3 of the 7 are really just the tripods. So much of this is just the same drum with a little bit of a change on it. Not hard to do. And easy peasy. Run it over into week 3. DMM has a, like, is this a baby grand? Is it what it's called? Or grand? The one when they have the curve like that? I also like that there's this curve detail where the feet pedals are. Like, yes, this is high resolution, but you're still making the most of the curves, even in the finer places where you think that people might not be looking, which is like in the feet that there's like this nice taper curve into it. At the side of the piano here where the keys wrap up. Excellent curvatures all the way through the model. And is this like the accurate amount of keys? I don't think that it has to be. It just seems like it's made to scale, which is awesome. And I think Big Funky Pants, I did give yours like a few extra objects just of a stand so that I could feel like I was playing it, because something told me I needed to play the synths. I needed this to be at like playable on stage height. So anybody can walk up to it and, oh man, if they collide with it, is there a way I can make it like on collide play sound? Because that would be, you know, you run into it and it just boops a little sound. That would be awesome. Because this is very colorful. I think when Rob was running through here, he was like, I think I have this one. So it might also be true to form. I'm not super sure. And we made this one just following I was just like, is there a piano in the shape of a box? I swear I've seen one before, and that's what we did. Complete with stand. No, not that kind of stand from JoJo. Bird King's pun for this week was a keyano. Get it? The keys where the keys should be. And even like the little keyhole. I'm trying to get the camera to fix on the side. The keyholes on the sides. I love that. It's great. Even like there's little motifs of keys underneath the keys of the piano. How many more times can I say key in this sentence? Let's go running into week 4. And this week was xylophones. DMM's entry has these nice rounded keys look, and even has like the lift of like the screws that hold them onto the, is it the plate? And like, I didn't notice this the first few times I looked at it, but if you tilt your cam like this, you can see the handles on either side. That's really cool. And McFunky Pants was like, yes, but also if everything is the rainbow. Like I taste the rainbow when I run over to here and I look at this one. It's very vivid and cool. And it's like, what, 4 tiers of keys involved in this. Also awesome. Bird King's pun for this week, what was it? The stylophone, that's what it was. Rad and fresh. Every time you hit the key. That's awesome. Like the extra style of like the glasses that dissolve off. And this one I think we also made. Yeah, we made this one on screen together. Just a from reference xylophone. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this week's or this month's art. And I can't wait to, oh right, return to lobby. There we go. Oh yeah, week 5. Which we just built. Yeah, we talked about Voxel Person's like blue ebbing speaker, which is really cool. That nice pulse of color, and it really does look like it lights up. Which is, there's not a light on this, it's actually just an excellent choice of color that leads to this effect, so excellent choice of color. McFunky Pants had a cool... I feel like this is the one that you pick up when you want to go like beatboxing. Like I can feel this one in particular sitting on my shoulder with one hand over it, walking down the street in like parachute pants. Like this is the one, right? This is that energy. Broken Chains had this cool rainbow, which is great, like, to look at today specifically. Like, yes, welcome to Pride Month, right? But loving the rainbows. Loving the speakers. This one is definitely the one that you see, like, on the stage. You know, big and blown up. Those massive speakers when they're doing, like, a huge concert. It's excellent work. And like I said before, like, this one is great for UI design, I think. Because everything about it is just immediately effective. You look at it at a glance and it tells you everything you need to know. But also its animation is strong without being too distracting and still having some like individuality to it, with one of the speakers being on one beat and one on the other. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Love the art for this month. Can't wait for next month. This month's coming up, the theme is royalty. So everybody don your crowns, go to the Discord, vote for, what was the vote for this week? It's a tea set, it's a tea set and 1 or 2 other things. Well, yeah, it's always 1 or 2 other things, summer. Throne or jewelry? I guess you can tell which one I voted for, huh? But yes, don't let me bias your vote. Go vote for the one you want to make, and stop by next week when we make our royal entry for the following week. Let me just give this a quick save and jump out. I don't think we need these reference images anymore. Very cute little mushroom though. Little mushroom speaker. Alright. Environmental VFX we were working on. Where did I put that? It's... there you are. Jump right back into it. Maybe while we're loading I can take just a minute to update my task list, which I don't think I ever really do enough. Showcase visit and speaker. Weather that follows the player. Well, that's not hard. I think some of this is just, it sounds like it would be hard. I promise you it isn't. This one's just going to be essentially a pet script that I think we can access from anything. Which I forget that like there's a lightning volume here. It's just gonna strike me every time I stand there. Let's get some kind of a box. It doesn't matter what voxel object. This guy. Get in here. And I'm not even gonna have a collision on you, I think. Or an object. Doesn't need to be an object here. All I really need is the pet script. That is the one, right? BBB pet. I think that's the one. Did I manage to... Oh no! Okay, so it does have to have some kind of collision on it. I'm sorry. We'll just give you like a sphere or something. How's that? How are you still... We're gonna call this something else real quick. Weather follows player. I managed to move the lightning spawns within this area script in that game. I believe so. I think the last time we were here, man, it has been a minute, huh? So the last time we were here, we made it, and then it turns out while it's being spawned in, it does not turn to face the player when it spawns that way. Because of something. I think things that spawn aren't set to spawn facing the player. Spawn stationary lightning, that was what it was, right? That's right. No, I don't think that was it, was it? It was something else. Look at this entity, look at this. Spawn lightning within volume. There you are. Give me this. I'll pull you over here. Spawn lightning within a volume on you. Get our lightning temple on it. Template. I need a T-sip. Okay. Get our... Oh, now which one of the two of these was it? Let's try this first. Spawn volume is going to be anywhere on this ground. No, it has to be within it, like contained, right? So let's get a box. Box. Okay, a closed box. I know how to get one. All right, let's try this out. Spawn the volume here, and then tint voxel is the one we're trying to target. And you don't need to be visible, really. Just so I know that you're there, though, I'm just going to use opacity to mute you. Say no collider. I don't think it should need one. Okay. Spawn height. Strikes. And offset. I don't know, maybe that's also in scale. Is it 1 in scale? Yeah. Excellent, excellent. And spawn height should probably be nothing. I want to say it should be nothing. Alright, let's go over there and see if there's a... Yes! There it is! There's the beautiful lightning strikes. And it's all contained within this box. Now here's the kicker. We gotta find out if they're facing us or not. Because if they give away too much of that angle and that shadow, that kind of breaks the illusion. This is what we're trying to find. This could absolutely be done. The lightning I could do better just by making it so tall that it 100% of the time is always off screen, but I'm not super worried about that right now. And I think it could probably just do that here. It would be stretched. I would like to make it to fit that scale instead of asking to stretch it. Zergling asks, can one programmatically draw primitives? For example, I can draw rectangles and pixels in SDL. Does the toolkit provide for, let's say, drawing 3D lines? I would think it would be spawning something along the line, but this is just my art brain responding. There's probably an answer with more finesse. I'll make a quick edit the script. Yay! Okay, thank you. Alright, I will save that as that for now so that we have that already ready to work. And I'll just park this over here with it. I'll make things look nice and neat later. We've got art to make. And by art, I really just mean VFX. But that's an art. VFX is absolutely an art. Ambiguous, mostly curious. Might meddle too much with the lower level stuff. I'm not sure. Okay. What was I doing? Yes. Follows the player. Where did that other box go off to that I got distracted and lost? Should be over here somewhere. It's one of these. That's it. Let's see if it runs up to me. Or if it still falls right through. But why though? Make sure that you're tall enough to not do that. Now it's just falling from even higher. Offset? No. Turn the bounce on. Does that do anything? Nope. Okay. Maybe it's because it doesn't have a target. Target player. All right, let's give that a shot. Nope. What? I swear I've been using this script all last week. What am I forgetting here? Didn't it just set your target to the player though? Does it forget? Yeah, it seems to reset. Okay. I've hacked the world. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give this guy a template to be on, so that maybe it will remember that I want it to follow the player. It's be a static box, which means it should land right here on the ground just like that. Does it need to be dynamic? I'm just standing here in the middle of a lightning storm staring at a box. Don't worry about it. Yeah, let's get you on a template. Following player. New template. And give it the same name. I just want to push that to template. Try something else real quick. Is it because there's no player in the game at the time? That it... Aha! Yes! This is what I wanted! Yeah! Yeah! We did it! It follows the player. And I know that it's like meant for pets, but it's my pet weather. It follows me wherever I go. And all I really need, I think, is to kill your collision so that the player never bonks his head onto it. This is why I didn't want it to have collision in the first place, so it could silently follow you without you ever even knowing it's there. Great script for a horror game. Just throwing that out there. Teleport recovery. I think that should be on. Yes. Distance? Probably. Okay, so. Yeah. This is gonna be the one. And the other one can go. Now all I have to do is put the weather on it. Excellent. Let's copy some rain. Oh, right, that has to be stretched. You know, for our purposes, I don't think that it needs to be stretched right now. So I'm just going to copy it just for the structure of it. Copy this particle tree. And pop it on here. Because it might not always face the way that I'm going to need it to face. If it's following the player, right? Well, the first thing I notice is it's going the other way. So let's stop that. It does kind of feel like I'm being followed by bubbles. Like for water stuff, water VFX, this could be great. Just seeing some opportunity in it. Alright, let's give that a save. Okay. I still want you to go the other way. So let's try to fix that. I think that should be all I need. So negative 180. And then we'll kill the offset that's here. There we go. Probably even put it not that way, other way. Well, in that way it starts way off camera, just like I need, but now it needs to fall farther. Let's give you like... There we are. This is the... I think this is going to be the basis for the idea that I'm having for a template toy weather machine, which is why I'm so determined to make this work. Is like, if I can just spawn the weather that the machine calls for and have it follow the player, then I think that's a nice contained experience. That's part of what I was scratching my head on was like, if I do a weather machine template toy, how am I going to keep this experience contained and not just immediately blow up anyone's game with all these particles and object spawns and stuff. I don't think it should follow vertically so much. Can I get it to not do that? I kind of just want it to stay in place. Let's see. Not really. This one's kind of more limited. That's fine. DMM says, I don't think the particles appear if the object is not being rendered, i.e. the entity is behind the player, unless that got fixed and I missed it. I see what you mean though. Oh, this part is just the particles not facing the camera, because the stretched rain has to be set to not face the camera. But in this one, our particles are facing. Go ahead and give them opacity. Even when you're not looking at the entity, unless you're in like first person, if this thing is following you effectively enough, and the particles are set to be vertical or the particles offset is pushed way up on the Y so that it's way up in the sky, but it still falls. As long as you're still looking at this little yellow outline of a box, which in the game mode you won't be, it should still show up. I think that is the case, yes. I'm just trying to force finding it out just to be sure on that. It was, okay, so I think it was either one or the other. It's like was either for text or for particles, and now I can't remember which. But now this pet is too good at following me, so I can't not look at the... Okay, so that box is totally off screen, and I'm still seeing some particles. So I think it is fixed. That should be okay. But even if not, I can just tell this pet script to be on you like white on rice, like green on grass. Make it chase you faster. Let's give it a speed of 150. It kind of jitters at that speed. I don't super like that speed. Okay, cool. President Cheese coming in with the fix. Heck yeah. President Cheese knows what's up. I know it seems like I'm just running around in circles. What I'm trying to do right now is to get it just fast enough that it follows you almost one-to-one, but also get rid of this, or at least hide as much of the jitter as possible for the script finding out that you're moving or not. Let's try 70. Yeah, you can kind of outrun it. 70. Let's try 75. That seems better. If you're not looking at the yellow box, it seems better. The particles themselves seem to not. When there's so many particles, it's easier to not see the jitter, I think. But when you're looking at the big yellow box, yeah, you can still kind of see it happening. That's alright. You're not going to be looking at the yellow box. Alright, let's go back in here and push those wanted particles way up. Maybe not that far. That's good. And give it a longer lifespan, like 10 or something. You know, we could drop our snow on this. This is about this, it's about this pace and density that we did when we did snow in the December showcase. If anyone remembers that. One of our engineers can't draw geometry from code, but can spawn entities with a voxel object of a primitive. Aha! Yeah, I don't think it would be any trouble really to pop the snow onto this. I'm gonna do it. I have to find out now if it'll work. We got 30 minutes, we can do this. Okay, what was our snowflake spawner? No, it's just the spawner that I need. It's like a spawn with offset. It could be so many of these, honestly. And if we wanted to do this with the lightning volume thing, this could just be the volume. Like, put, you know, the giant invisible box that we made earlier, put the pet script on that and make it follow you. It's like, for some reason, I'm surrounded by lightning no matter how far I run. Okay, so the next thing I want is my snowflake spawn. But the thing is that there was like a spawn with like a random offset, and you know what would be so much faster than me just digging through like, it's so many spawning scripts. going into the December showcase. We're gonna look at this. We're gonna find it out. We're gonna copy our own homework. Like Snowflake 2, Electric Boogaloo 1. Okay. Okay, so this is the random offset, and orientation is actually carried on the snowflake itself. And falling objects. Okay, cool. I wonder if it's called spawn or something. Yeah, timeline snow particle VFX. Spawn entity over area. By SBTV. But wait, if this can spawn at volume, and the volume can follow you. Hang on with me, I'm working through some things. I could just put the snowflake to spawn in here. Okay. Okay. This is how it's gonna work. We're gonna do the lightning script, and we're just gonna have it reference the snowflake. Okay. Does it have the frequency variance? It might. I think either one of these is gonna work for what we're trying to do. Volume is going to be this guy. And spawn height's going to be, I don't know, 25 or something. Time offset. It's fine. Alright, start. Yay! I'm just trying to find snowflakes where I can. Oh, there's one. Oh, but now it's huge. Okay, I think it's because the volume is huge. Is that what's happening? Let's try that. See if that does anything. Everybody keep your eyes peeled. There might be a snowflake somewhere. There it is. Oh, it's gone. But it does feel like the right scale, doesn't it? Now we just need to have a lot less time. Is it only striking once? I think that might be what's probably also happening. No, I saw two at the same time a second ago. Okay, so it will work if we want to do it this way. And something cool that I'm just seeing now is that the scale of it is irrelevant. It's following you from the origin. So that's cool. So that tells me that you'll always be within the volume of the weather if the weather needs to spawn itself within a giant box. it will not push the giant box behind the player. Well, that's also probably because it has no collision on it. Okay, so let's try it with the SBTV script. Spawn entity over area. Over area by a Mr. Rusford Diggins. I may have to stop start. Well, first I have to pick the snowflake. What did we do for snowflake 1? 1,000, 1, 10, 40, 20, 2, and 2. Let me just immediately forget all of those numbers and we'll go back and forth. This might be relative to the size of this giant box though, so we may have to even adjust that. 2 and 2. Do I want them to spawn network? Nope. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yay! And at this point, if the box is as big, then I can probably just push this further back down. It doesn't need to be so offset on the Y. Try to bring it down to like 250 or something. Because even I can't see it and I'm looking for it. Okay, where did our particles go? Okay, they are there, they're just massive. Probably doesn't even need to be that big. Probably just fit the box. Nope, there it is. So across this volume, I think we're just going to need to have a few more of these going on. And it doesn't need to live so long. It's not traveling for so long. And we're starting to see our little rain particles one by one coming back in. I have to look at the name of this song real quick. It sounds like a cover of something else I know. Tuya? Static glow sounds. Okay. So it's its own thing. That's fine. I think I need to just slow this guy down so I can see it. 27. That seems to do okay. And we'll push it up a little bit. Now all I need to do is slow it down. Still pretty fast for snow. Let's go 1.5. So. Now we have a snow machine following us around. And we can do just like we did in December, and we can just have 2 or 3 of this spawn into the over area. Some custom settings. Easy peasy. And then we'll save this template in several different versions with several different weather states on it. This one being snow. We'll just call it like weather machine snow spawn. Copy of that. Just gonna pull that away. This one is going to be unlinked, and we're going to start our... This is cool, though I wish the particles didn't turn. Like, to face the player. I guess it doesn't have to, really. Oof. Gonna have to make some adjustments, right? When you move the entity with the particles, they change direction, which looks a little weird. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And if you're not facing it, then it just kind of... I guess if we could just lock the y-axis. But I don't think I can do that from within the script. That way it would never turn. It would still move to follow you on that. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if move along axis scripts. Do they move towards a target? Oh. Moving along axis. Oh, I think I've accidentally spoiled somebody's weather entry. I'm just going to close that real quick. give this one, or just unlink it really, and then I'll give this a pause. And that's it, that's all we needed to make it follow the player. Starry Night Mood Trigger. This one's also not going to take too long to do, I think. As with all of it, like the one we just did, there's like one script that's the main breadwinner of the idea that we're trying to do, and then the rest are like additional things to push on that. This one, all I'm going to do is pop a volume down. So it's going to be a Starry Night Mood Trigger. And I think we've done this before on stream, so it's not going to be too unfamiliar if you hang out here often. This is just render, I think. UV render animate. From here we can just grab the colors of everything that I want. But I think that there's one that has it like in order. Is it this? Orientation. Yeah, this one has everything in order. Either one will work just fine, I believe. But just for demonstration purposes, I'll turn this into just a box with a trigger on it. I'm going to say your ambient color can stay probably the same. Trigger on touch. Transition the light orientation. I'm going to say let's drop the intensity some. Directional, that can stay probably the same. Intensity, that could also go down. Now what's our current light orientation? Because I don't think we really have to change that part. 45 and 45. Here we can do some kind of night colors. Just kind of grabbing. Let's see. Maybe it's still kind of sunsetty. We can get some kind of like pinky purpley bottom of the sky color. Let's just see how that does real quick. And now it's nighttime. Kinda, sorta, but there's room to push. Our fog color, we can probably start with here. See how close that is. That's close enough for now. And maybe we can even bring the fog in, make it real moody and dark. That's a bit too far in. Let's try 1000 and maybe like 500 or something. So there's still like a sharp transition in the fog, but it's not. Perfect, perfect. Okay. And just for a bit of silliness, I don't think that this is going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. -0.5. I knew that was going to look weird, but I had to do it. I had to do it anyway. If I just tone it down a bit. Maybe even tone it like a lot down. That kind of. Feels a bit of nighttimey. Maybe we can bring in the vignette even. I don't think we have to go that far to make our point though. There we go. So if we wanted to, with our theoretical weather machine, spawn something that turns everything into like a very foggy, rainy scene all around you, we would basically put what we just did here over there on the giant box that will follow you around. We're on our snow machine. And we would set it to be whatever mood is rainy and foggy. And we'd probably even put some fog particles to follow this around on the ground. You know, out near the edges. I think that's what we would do. Let's see, I'm gonna knock that off of our task. Starry Night Mood Trigger, also done. And that'll do it, I think. We've got a few minutes here near at the end, but what's the next thing to start? Do we have time to really grab into it? Sunbeams through windows. Tell you what, let's take a quick pass at it. See if we can speed run this real quick. I'm gonna look for a window, of which I have many. I've smashed a few even. I think this will get our point across though. You may have seen me do some of this already with the music showcase, but I didn't really do it for this purpose, so we'll go ahead and try it again. Let's go ahead and set a little bit of a window frame. I'm just going to grab my tent voxel. Just a plain white voxel here. And let's go ahead and stretch it about 20, 50, 55. There we go. I'll pull this over to here. I don't think this will be part of the weather machine. I just thought it was a nice VFX thing to show, because I think people can make sunbeams. McFunky Pants has already got a really cool sun with sunbeams. It also kind of makes this star-shaped sun in their latest scripting challenge entry, which is just so nice. We're gonna do something very similar. Here I'm just going to make a little bit of a detail on the glass, like a little false shimmer. Just to keep it from Z-fighting, I'm going to pull it just ever so slightly forward. I wish this person would not be singing on... There we go. Maybe this could even be just emissive in strength. It doesn't have to be super strong. Just wanted to look like it's a bit of glass with a bit of a shimmer across the surface. Definitely doesn't need to be casting a shadow, that's for sure. I think I could just fix that with the set render order, but I'm not super worried about it. I'll just keep it pulled a little bit forward for now. And let's get some sunbeams. Oh, this one wasn't gonna work because he's like at an angle. He's only a single voxel in size. I think what I want to do here involves something that is centered. And I think I have one somewhere. Probably just not here, huh? That's fine. I think the one when I make them all black are called recolor. So let's just grab one of my recolors that are centered instead of cornered. If I have one here. You're centered, right? Perfect. For demonstration purposes, that will do. It's super emissive up. I don't think it really needs to be higher than 10. I'm just being extra. Doesn't need to be this big. Let's go. Just gonna stretch it on the Z-axis. Down, and let's see if that render order script can help me out here, because I don't want this to really conflict too much here. Should be more or less okay. So we could do it with just like the circle covering all the way out to the edges of the window. And it kind of works, but we could push this just by having it be a little bit off on the rotation. And following a parent, I'm running out of time here, but I'm just to talk about what the plan will be next time we come back. I'm just going to set this rotation off a little here, a little there. And I'll have it. There will be a tiny box right here onto which these beams are parented, and then that box that they're parented to will spin so that it has like a nice rotating light. But for now, I will leave it at just a nice, simple little sunbeam. And I'll I'll go ahead, just because I can't leave it this far undone. I'll just stretch it. Bring some of the opacity down. And that helps to push just by taking off that in-depth pass. Kind of makes it feel like rays of light, right? Just a little bit. Just lie into the eye a little bit. But yeah. Thank y'all for joining us. I hope you have an excellent, artful rest of your Monday. And I look forward to seeing all of the awesome weekly art challenge entries to come. I see Neo Shard is streaming over in the creation channel at the moment. I'm curious to find out what that's about. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.